I bet you didn't know this, but over 70% of heart attacks in seniors are caused by everyday habits. Not some dramatic event. Not some rare condition. Just quiet, ordinary, little things you might be doing, every single day, without realizing the damage. And the scariest part? You probably feel fine. Your blood pressure might seem okay, your last checkup didn't raise any red flags, maybe you're even watching your salt, taking your meds, doing what you think is right. But meanwhile, your heart might be silently breaking down. And no one, not your doctor, not your pharmacist, not even those heart-healthy food labels, is warning you. You see, heart damage doesn't always start with chest pain. It starts with habits. Tiny choices. And by the time you're 80, your body may have gone through decades of slow, quiet wear and tear, all without a single symptom to wave a red flag. That's how it works, silent. Steady. Deadly. And I need you to hear this. Because I don't want you to be one of the millions of seniors who only find out after it's too late. But listen, this isn't about fear. This is about hope. Real, grounded, powerful hope. Because what if I told you that some seniors, right now, in their 70s and 80s, are waking up with more energy, a stronger heart, and better blood flow than they had in their 40s? No, it's not magic. It's not some expensive supplement. They've just learned what not to do, the 5 heart-damaging mistakes we're going to talk about today. And instead, they've built simple daily habits that actually protect their heart, without spending hours in the gym or going on a rabbit food diet. The truth is, you won't hear this in most checkups. Most doctors don't have the time, and the advice they give. It's often 20 years behind the research. But the right information, the right habits, they can change everything. And here's what might really shock you. More than 90% of older adults have never been told this. Not because it's a secret, but because most heart health advice is too generic, too outdated, or just plain wrong for someone your age and stage of life. But new research, from places like the Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, and Harvard, is finally showing what truly works, especially for older adults. You've been misled long enough. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 5 dangerous, everyday mistakes that could be slowly damaging your heart, and what to do instead. Because you deserve more than survival. You deserve to thrive. Let's begin. But here's what gives me hope, and what I want you to hold on to today. Just because your heart has been through years of wear and tear, doesn't mean it's too late. In fact, I've seen seniors in their late 70s, even 80s, completely turn things around. They sleep better. They breathe easier. They have more energy than they've had in decades. They've even come off medications their doctors thought they'd be on for life. Not because they're lucky. Not because they have some rare gene. But because they stopped doing the things that were quietly hurting them. And they started doing things that helped their heart heal, slowly and steadily. And here's the kicker. Most doctors never mention these things. Not because they don't care, but because many of them were trained decades ago. And the real, updated science. The stuff that actually helps seniors age with strength and confidence. It's been sitting in research papers, not in the exam room. But today, I want to change that for you. I'm going to walk you through 5 critical mistakes that are damaging your heart, and tell you exactly what to do instead. They're not obvious. They're not dramatic. But they matter. And fixing even one of them can make a real difference in how your heart feels, how your body moves, and how long you stay independent. Let's start with the first one. Number 1, skipping resistance training. Now I know what you might be thinking, I'm too old to lift weights. But here's the truth. You're too valuable not to. According to the American Heart Association, muscle loss, something most seniors accept as just part of aging, is actually a major risk factor for heart disease. Why? Because your muscle mass does a lot more than help you move. It helps your body manage blood sugar. It keeps inflammation in check. It regulates your blood pressure behind the scenes. When you lose muscle, and it happens fast after 60, your heart has to work harder to keep up. Your metabolism slows. Your insulin response weakens. And inflammation creeps in, which slowly erodes your blood vessels. But here's the good news. You don't need to hit the gym or deadlift 100 pounds. Just 2 short sessions a week, using simple resistance bands or even just your own body weight, can help you build back that strength. Do a few slow squats while holding onto a chair. Try pressing your palms into the wall for push-ups. Use a soup can as a light dumbbell. It's not about lifting heavy, it's about waking your muscles up again. And when they wake up, they start protecting your heart. Number 2, avoiding healthy fats. Now here's another one that's been drilled into our heads for decades, the idea that fat is the enemy. Maybe you started choosing low-fat everything. Low-fat milk. Low-fat snacks. You might have even cut out oils completely. Because for years, the message was, fat clogs your arteries, fat is bad for your heart. But now we know, that message missed the mark. Not all fats are created equal. In fact, some fats are essential for heart health, especially as you age. Harvard research shows that omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like walnuts, flax seeds, and fatty fish like salmon, help reduce inflammation and stabilize the rhythm of your heartbeat. They're like armor for your arteries. They soothe the inner lining of your blood vessels. They lower triglycerides. And they help prevent the dangerous clots that lead to heart attacks and strokes. When you avoid all fats, you're robbing your heart of a key nutrient it desperately needs to stay strong. So instead of cutting fat out completely, add the right ones in. Sprinkle flaxseed into your oatmeal. Add a spoonful of olive oil to your veggies. Have salmon once or twice a week, even canned will do. These simple additions nourish your heart from the inside out. They don't make you gain weight, they help you stay alive. And here's what I want you to remember. It's not about eating less, it's about eating smarter. Let your food work for you, not against you. Number 3, living in chronic stress. Let's talk about something that doesn't show up on a blood test, but might be doing more damage to your heart than sugar or cholesterol ever could. Stress. Not the sharp kind, like a sudden scare. I mean the slow, simmering, background stress. The kind you've been carrying for years. Worrying about your kids. Grieving a loss you never really processed. Feeling alone, even when others are around. Trying to hold it all together with a brave face, while inside, you're tired. Studies from Johns Hopkins show a clear link between chronic stress and high blood pressure. Why? Because when your body stays in fight or flight mode, even just a little bit, it releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And what do those hormones do? They narrow your blood vessels, raise your blood pressure, increase your heart rate. And over time, they wear your heart out. Your heart is a muscle. But it's also a messenger. And when it's constantly bracing for impact, it never gets a chance to rest. Now I know, you can't snap your fingers and make your problems go away. But what you can do, is give your heart tiny moments of peace. Start simple. 3 slow breaths before each meal. That's it. Just pause, close your eyes, breathe in for 4 seconds, and out for 6. Do it before you eat, and you'll be resetting your nervous system 3 times a day. Or try sitting quietly for just 10 minutes in the morning. No phone. No news. Just you and your breath. You'd be amazed how quickly your body begins to calm down. It doesn't have to be yoga. It doesn't have to be complicated. But it does have to happen. Because stress doesn't just take a toll on your mind. It leaves fingerprints on your arteries. And sometimes, the most powerful medicine, is stillness. Number 4, taking long naps during the day. Now this next one might surprise you. Because it feels harmless. Even comforting. Taking long naps during the day. I get it, sometimes your body just says, I need to lie down. And as we age, sleep at night can get lighter, more interrupted. So a nap in the afternoon feels like a reward. A way to catch up. But here's what aging studies are now showing. Excessive daytime sleep is linked to higher rates of heart failure. Now, does that mean naps are bad? No. But there's a right way and a wrong way to nap. When you nap for too long, especially in the late afternoon, it disrupts your natural circadian rhythm. That's your internal clock. The same one that tells your heart when to slow down, when to speed up, when to rest. And when that clock gets confused, your sleep at night suffers. Your heart rate becomes irregular. And over time, your heart stops responding to normal cues, like movement or rest, the way it used to. The fix? Keep naps short and sweet, no more than 20 to 30 minutes. Set a timer. Rest, but don't fully dip into deep sleep. And just as important, get up and move a little every hour. Even if it's just stretching your arms, rolling your shoulders, walking to the kitchen. Your heart loves movement, even small doses of it. Because when your body stays too still, too long, your circulation slows. Your blood sugar rises. And your heart starts to pay the price. So next time you feel that nap coming on, ask yourself, is this a recharge, or a retreat? And if you do nap, make it a power nap. Your heart will thank you for it. Number 5, relying on processed, senior-friendly foods. Now, this one hits close to home for a lot of people. Because it's not about laziness. It's not about not caring. It's about trust. You walk into the grocery store, and you see foods labeled heart-healthy, low sodium, easy to chew, or made for seniors. So you think, this must be good for me. It says all the right things. It's soft. It's convenient. It doesn't take much work. But here's the hard truth. Soft doesn't mean safe. In fact, many of these so-called senior-friendly meals are some of the worst offenders when it comes to quietly damaging your heart. Pre-packaged mashed potatoes with preservatives. Deli meats with hidden nitrates. Low-sodium soups filled with mystery chemicals and artificial thickeners. Frozen meals that say light or balanced, but are pumped full of hidden sugars and inflammatory oils. They may feel gentle on your teeth, but they're rough on your arteries. Research shows that processed foods, especially the ones targeted at seniors, often spike inflammation. And inflammation is the silent flame that damages the delicate lining of your blood vessels. It makes it easier for plaque to stick. It makes it harder for blood to flow. And over time, it puts you at a higher risk for heart attack or stroke, all without a single symptom. And you want to know something most people don't realize? Even the ones that say low sodium on the front of the box often have other additives, like potassium chloride or chemical preservatives, that stress your kidneys and confuse your heart. So what's the solution? You don't have to cook like a chef. You don't need a gourmet kitchen. But here's what your heart really wants. Whole, colorful, living foods. Bright fruits like berries and oranges. Leafy greens, sweet potatoes, squash. A handful of walnuts. A drizzle of olive oil. Some grilled chicken or baked fish with herbs, not mystery sauces. If you can peel it, wash it, or recognize it from the earth, you're already ahead of the game. Even something as simple as a warm bowl of oatmeal with cinnamon and banana can do more for your heart than a shelf full of processed, senior meals. Because real food heals. It nourishes. And it speaks the language your heart understands. You don't need perfect meals. Just honest ones. Ones that came from the ground, not a box. So next time you're reaching for convenience, just pause. Ask yourself. Is this food feeding my strength, or slowly stealing it? So let's take a breath. And bring it all home. If you want to restore your energy, protect your independence, and keep your heart strong, steady, and thriving for years to come, you don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need a perfect routine. You just need to pick one of these silent mistakes. And gently, intentionally, start reversing it. Maybe today's the day you try 2 simple strength exercises in your living room, no gym, no machines. Or maybe you swap out that salty microwave dinner for something fresh and colorful, even if it's just an apple and a handful of almonds. Maybe you close your eyes for 60 seconds before lunch and let yourself breathe. Really breathe. The kind of breath that tells your heart, you're safe. Or maybe, it's just standing up once an hour and walking to the window, letting your legs carry you, even for 30 seconds, because your heart needs to know, you're still in motion. The truth is, small steps are not small. They are the difference between a heart that struggles quietly and a heart that continues to carry you, freely, confidently, joyfully, into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Because this isn't about fear. It's about freedom. Freedom to wake up and feel clear-headed, energized, and in control. Freedom to enjoy time with your grandkids. To garden. To walk. To travel. To laugh without gasping for breath. To live life on your terms. And it all starts with one decision today. Not someday. Not next Monday. Today. Which one will you choose? Because your heart's been carrying you your whole life. Now, it's time to carry it, with care, intention, and love. Your heart has been with you through every chapter. It's been there for the highs and the heartbreaks. For every tear, every laugh, every sleepless night, and every joyful morning. It's been pumping faithfully, even when you didn't notice. Even when you didn't thank it. And now, after all these years, maybe it's time to ask yourself, what do I need to do, not just to keep surviving, but to keep truly living? Because the truth is, you don't need a younger heart. You need a better supported one. You need habits that honor the years you've lived. And protect the years you still have ahead. So let me ask you, from one caring voice to another. Which of these 5 silent mistakes surprised you the most? Were you already doing one and didn't even realize it? Or maybe, you've made a change recently, something that's already making a difference. Tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I know your story might just help someone else feel a little less alone, too. And if you know someone, a friend, a spouse, a neighbor, who's getting older and trying to take better care of their heart, send this video their way. Sometimes, one conversation, one nudge, one small tip can save a life. And before you go, remember this. This journey, this commitment to health, to vitality, to thriving, it doesn't end here. We've got so much more to talk about. So many more ways to help you feel strong, confident, and deeply alive, no matter your age. So don't forget to subscribe to Thriving Age Tip, right here. For weekly wisdom that's not just about aging well, but about living well. Because you were never meant to fade quietly. You were meant to thrive. And I'm here to walk beside you, every step of the way. Until next time. Take care of your heart. And it'll take care of you.